you get all the way through martial mastery? All the way through? Okay. Did you see, was it on 8 or 9? Somewhere in there I talked about the Thuggy cults and the NLP tie-ins. All that stuff goes way back. I mean, think about it. Did NLP exist before Bandler? Well, maybe not the name, but were some people aware, maybe even unconsciously, of the process? And were they doing it, maybe without even knowing what they were doing? How do you do that? I don't know. But it sure fucking worked. Yes. Yes, absolutely. And I didn't even touch on it. I just touched into one culture, the Thuggy, the Indian, because some of the Chinese Thuggy and Indian cults, and ninja, way back in the day, and not black pajamas in Hollywood movies, the real guys. And but a gate, what's the two main gates, obviously, are the eyes and the ears. Because what you hear, the words that you hear, okay, 9 gates to enter someone's mind at will. The eyes. She entered my mind gate through my eyes and my ears. The girl out there. She had no intention. I was just an observer. Okay? But the eyes and the ears, what we see, the written word, and what we hear, what we see in body language, what we see in an email, that's entry. And then we have the emotions. Anger. Remember yesterday I talked about lying and how false anger and emotions are used as a ploy? Lust. Sex sells. Cab driver last night. Good, we got plenty of time. Cab driver last night. His English was really good. I got to talking. How long have you been in Vegas? You know, girlfriend, stripper girlfriend for a year, couldn't trust her, da-da-da-da-da. The money they spend in the strip club. Because I said, take me to a movie theater. He said, well, don't you want to go to a strip club? I said, no. No, thanks. But we got to talking, okay? So I gave him some advice, and he likes to do that. He said, stop wasting your money. I said, you go in there and tip $500, you come away with a peck on the cheek. I mean, if that's the point, if that's what you're after, but it's the imagination, it's the fantasy that keeps them going, investing thousands of dollars in the hope that he'll have her. And they only put out to the highest bidder, you know, maybe 10% of the guys actually put out. The rest, they just milk them. I know. I had a roommate who was a stripper. And, you know, she was jet-setting back and forth to Vegas. And, you know, she had all this nice leather furniture and nice car, and she was never there. And she, you know, she had cereal, Captain Crunch, and she let me use her car and let me eat her cereal, and she's never there. Maybe 2 nights, maybe 1 night a week, sometimes 2 nights a month. It was great. You know, I have my lady living with me. She understood. It's platonic. I never touched her. Guys would be, how could you not? I'm sure I could have if I wanted. It was just never. I liked it that way. I could get into her head, and I got to see the other side. And she'd bring home a dress. This guy brought me a dress, and the next day she'd go return it. Some $800 dress, you know. She was just milking them left and right and telling me about laughing about it. Laughing about it. She usually put out for a sports star or a rock star. Put out for them. But there was still always money involved. Lots of money. Okay? But most of the guys never put out for milk, and she laugh about it. Laugh about it. I made $2,000 last night. I didn't put out. You know, it's funny to her. And, you know, she had monster tits, and she actually wasn't physically attracted to me, but she was a friend. And I learned the whole other side of it. So I told this cab driver, I said, one, if you have a friend or a cousin or a wife of a friend, go in there with another girl. And don't pay attention to them. Go in there with another girl if you can. And then they'll come. Another thing, if you go in there, don't pay attention. Don't even look at them. Why isn't this guy swarming to me like bees to the hive? All the other guys, what is it about him? It's an energetic thing. It's not even a conscious thing. And what is it about him? Why isn't he attracting me? Hey, don't you want me? Make them come to you. Don't even look at them. Because they're trading on that. You don't even look at them, and it's an energy reversal. So I was telling this guy how he could get his mission accomplished without spending any money. But the gate number 4, lust. And it's huge. It sells. I mean, what does Budweiser have to do with some hot chick? Zero. Budweiser has to do with a beer gut, but the billboard doesn't have a, an honest one would just show this big friggin' gut next to the Budweiser logo. But what do? They put this hot chick dancing in a bikini. Sex sells. It's a gate into the mind. Okay.
Now that you are aware of this, you are no longer Pavlov's dog. So when the bell rings, you don't salivate. And then the bell ringer goes, why the hell aren't you salivating? What do I have to do? Here! Get it? Reversal. Knowing the mind gates means that you can take back control and you're no longer Pavlov's dog. So, anger, lust, and fear. Greed. Guilt. That's also obligation.
Greed is obligation?
No. Guilt and obligation.
Oh, 7 is guilt and obligation.
Guilt/obligation, yeah. Mm-hmm. Sympathy. And these aren't, the common order, obviously. This is a big one, but they're not in any particular order other than they come through these two. Sympathy and, of course, pride. Pride is another huge one that's closely related to greed as well, but pride. Greed. You will make so much money on this. This investment, I think we're seeing a little bubble burst in an area of greed. All right? Aren't we? Because I'm asking the locals, so what's the housing like here now? You can get them about 40% of the price they were at 4 years ago. People got greedy. It's not bad to be industrious, to be diligent, to be productive, to make money is all good. Right? But and cross the line, take all I can fucking get, like a dog in a butcher shop. Eating to your death, and then you're laying there and you can't move because you're so darn full. You can't carry it. Greed, and they'll come at you through greed, appealing to greed, appealing to your fear. Elect me and I'll protect you. I'll pass laws to protect you because bad guys don't break laws.